We knew Thursday was going to be like probably the biggest jam-packed day besides our actual event day on Saturday. But I didn't know what I was getting myself into when we went to the flagship store. Ty was the one communicating with the Puma family, the whole kind of 3-month collaboration we were doing with them. I was on the outside. I'm just the mom trying to stay alive. You know, I'm the one who'll just be like, yeah, we're doing this workout. Great. You know, we're doing this. Awesome. He's in the background kind of working on all these plans, having all these things with the itinerary and things like that. So we're going to the Puma Flagship Store. I had known that there was going to be a photo of me somewhere in the store, but I did not know the extent.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about this exact situation, because what had happened was they had said, like, you know, we'd like to. Do you have a couple of, like, you know, high resolution photos that we can you know, put up on some monitors in the flagship store when you guys get there? And I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like the size of like a 55-inch TV maybe. That would be sick. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
So that's what I was expecting, like maybe one off into the corner by the change rooms, or like maybe it's above the cash register, like a 55-inch monitor, but that's not what happened at all.
No. So like we walk in the doors and I didn't notice. Like I was just so excited to meet the staff and the people we've been communicating with the last few months. And we saw Haley and we're chatting with her. And then all of a sudden she was like, put her hand like this, and I saw my face. Like, I couldn't believe it. And I was blown away. Like working out. I was looking jacked, as my joke, as my journey to just get jacked. But like, I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, look what they've done for us. Like, that was so beautiful. And all I kept thinking was, I wish our kids were here, like, to see this moment. So I obviously broke into tears. I couldn't believe it. And then I don't even know, it was probably like 5 minutes later, you know, we got to meet Robin there too. Super excited to meet her.
Liz was there too at the same time.
Liz was there. You got to meet
Austin's too.
Oh, it was
so many like
people.
There's so many cool people. I will say though, like before you continue on, that's the thing about what made me so emotional when I saw those monitors. I was bawling my eyes out, because it has nothing to do with like you know, fame or notoriety or anything like that. The way that I looked at those monitors, it was just a metaphor, or kind of a representation of how I see you anyway. Because I see you as an athlete, and not a world-class athlete, or, you know, some person that's like in professional sports. That's not what it's about for me. When I see that blown up image of you working hard, it's just the perfect representation of how I see you as a powerful woman and a powerful mom, and someone that's moving their body, and someone that's putting everything into it that they possibly can to stay on earth for me and for our kids. So it has nothing to do with like, look at my wife on this monitor. Yeah, look at her, like some sort of celebrity or famous thing. It's not like that at all. It was just a perfect representation of how I see you, and that's what made me emotional, brought me to tears. That's what was cool. That was the cool part for me.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly it. Like I saw myself looking like an athlete. And I always envision, you know, athletes as being ones that are insanely jacked. Nothing wrong with being insanely jacked. I strive to want to be like that too, but something that's reachable, attainable, you know, something that you move your body for the mental health purposes, for the physical benefits, to stay alive and to set yourself up for success. And the pictures that they chose to put up there, I felt like were a perfect representation of me working hard to do just that.
Very empowering.
So when Haley brought me over, she was kind of explaining that we could, you know, have a little shopping spree, which we were super pumped about. Especially coming from our island, we don't have a lot of stores. And so we walk over towards the kids section, and I was like, we knew like we had to get stuff for the kids because we left them behind. We were like, we need to bring them back something, and they're always seeing us in our beautiful Puma stuff. And we were like, we're going to get them a few things. And as I'm standing there being like, oh, wow, this kids section's so nice, I like just happened to have looked up and saw this like two-story digital image of me in our garage.
Yeah, running on a treadmill,
Running on a treadmill. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was just overwhelming, and like it was just like an incredible way to kick off the entire trip.
Did you saw that picture too? Like whenever they showed me.
I should like.
I think I was the only one
did
that
I
didn't
see
see it?
Like when we walked in? No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't see it until you walked over too.
Oh, you didn't see it then either. Okay, so you only saw the one as well,
Yep.
and then we saw the second and was like, holy moly.
Yep.
It was nuts.
Yeah, it was
nuts.
It was something else. Yeah, that was an incredible experience, like all around. And then as we made our way through the store, it's the cool part. The cool part about this strange life that we're living in right now is the people. Like you can get wrapped up in, oh, this is amazing to have access to incredible equipment like the Puma clothing and all that kind of access. But the thing that made it really, really cool, and I didn't anticipate, is meeting Haley, meeting Liz, meeting Robin, meeting Austin's, and the other lady that helped us pick out some stuff, Maria.
She was so
They were
sweet.
all like spectacular human beings. They were just really, really cool people that were like friends.
Yeah.
And still consider them friends. I cannot wait until we get a chance to meet them again. I think the kids would love every single one of them.
Yeah.
Like
they're our greatest hype girls. They're
like
the
I could
greatest
imagine
hype
leaving
team.
our children, especially our oldest, with a couple of the girls because they're so cool and they're so fun.
Yeah.
I could just imagine Juliet like having an incredible time with them.
No.
They would just love it.
They have a good squad there.
Incredible vibe.
They're doing
amazing.
really well.
Like incredible vibe. Yeah.
So they brought us upstairs, and this was a huge moment. I knew not just for us, but for our media team, like for Jeremy and Stephanie. So we go up the escalator, and then all of a sudden I see this mannequin wearing this black hoodie with My Journey to Just Live's new logo in bright pink, just the way I love things, on the sweater. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness.
Designed by our media
team. I was like, where's
team.
Jeremy? I was like, where is he? And we went and I made sure him and I got a picture together in front of that because it wasn't just a celebration for us. You know, we're all from little old PEI, and it was really cool to be able to see that.
Yeah.
So people were able to go in at the weekend and buy some custom Just Live merch with some Puma gear. So that was wicked.
So amazing. Yeah. And then lots of shopping ensued, and
I went a little too crazy. I felt really bad after.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry guys about that. I went a little wild and crazy, but this is all I wear now.
Yeah, there you go.
I am an athleisure kind of person anyways. Like I usually just wear athleisure wear.
Yeah.
And so I don't shop ever. And so it's really nice to be able to get rid of, that 15-year-old stuff I was wearing, from high school that is still like in my closet. So I just kind of have a little upgrade, which is nice. And so thank you for that. I'm very grateful. So that day kind of was like, we could go to bed and be like, this is the best day of our lives. The day is done. But the day was not done.
Nope.
It continued to only get better from there on out. We went back to the hotel for a little bit, got to have kind of a lay down for a minute.
Catch
our breath. And then it was time to go meet the HYROX World Champion of 2024, Meg Jacoby.
Yep.